right. Hey, y'all. Today, let me make sure this is even distributing any audio. Yes, it is. Okay. It's a technical miracle that you're even looking at me right now. Yeah, I kind of just had to throw a bunch of things together because, Focusrite, not digging their sound cards, at least their lower end ones, for this room. Also, a lot of things are being torn apart because I am in the process of packing and moving, so that's been fun. Well, how you doing? I'm all right. I'm pretty tired, as you can imagine. I'm using a laptop here, so I am going to have to choose between being able to monitor myself in real time and seeing how good I sound or look, and or reading the chats from people. And I realize now that I probably should be bringing that volume way up. This Sennheiser really needs a lot more bass. But this mixer is not really capable of bringing that bass the way that it needs to be. Okay, and then the Polyend. Nice dark sequence. How's it sounding? Better? Great. Great. Now, let's look at the Polyend. And now I'm going to bring myself in. Look at that. Nice. I'm a little out of frame. I wish I could sing. I would just sing along with my repositioning. Okay, so if I'm sitting like this, I really need somebody working in here. Jesus Christ. All right. Now, I can see the chat. God, a lot of background noise, isn't there? How's everybody doing? I have the Polyen Tracker Plus, which I've been holding on to that info for a very long time, for years, and I'm glad that it finally has come to fruition. I'm not going to even bother putting the chat on the screen. Not even going to do it. Oh yeah, the hair. Lucy is badly shedding. It's a thing. She's even like making the farm that I am moving into and moving things to, and you know, I've been there quite a lot, and she's even making the farm look shedded up. So for those wondering, I am going to be choosing a raffle winner around 8 p.m. Now, what I've done, and this is the last time I did a raffle, I had people do a Google Forms, like most of you have done. I don't even know how many there are yet. And I basically just take that file, I don't even look at it, I run a Python script to grab a random cell. That random cell is the winner, right? I do it that way. I would do it live on screen, but I'm scared that somebody's gonna like decrypt the random number generator and then I'll have to write it again. So what I will end up doing is going away for a pseudo pee-pee break, looking at it. I would love to do a little like, you know, bingo ball type situation, but I'm not gonna do that. Maybe when I move, maybe I'll have enough room for a bingo ball situation. What's up with the Danger Noodle survey? I'll have an answer to that too. I'll see how people feel about snakes. So that'll be good. So Tracker Plus, this thing, if you remember with the Play Plus, it has synth engines, which was a very welcome thing. And it was kind of funny because I've always been a Play man myself, a little bit more, just because I like the interface and I like hooking it up to other MIDI things. Not that you can't do that with the Tracker, but I feel like if I'm stepping away from a desktop, I don't want to be looking at a screen as much, and the Play gives me that availability. That being said, I absolutely love the Tracker too. And have been making tons of things on it, on the Tracker Plus even, or the, where's my Mini? I have so many trackers all over this house. I really should give some away. Maybe I'll send my old tracker to somebody or something. I'll have to ask them if they're okay with that. I'm sure they are. Oh, I have a mini literally under these cables. There we go. So I don't know what I can and can't announce. So there's more things from Polyend coming in the future. Know this. More Polyend news. But if you're into trackers, this should be the biggest news. The biggest news of the week. Because you have synth engines and you have drums, a drum engine, which is a lot of fun. Let's load up a track really fast. Lucy. Wow, I have a lot of stuff here, don't I? I have so many things in my pockets. It's annoying. All right, let's play a song. Oh, I got the bass turned way up. Sorry about that. I had more. I thought I had a synth in there. Maybe I didn't save it. Nah. Let's load a new thing and just make a song. A new thing. Let's just check out the synths, actually. That would be more fun, wouldn't it? I need to figure out the performances a little bit better. I'm not that wise to it. Whoever last week told me to look forward to the mutable clones, thanks. Yeah. They're great. I feel like I have a stuck key. Yeah, I do. That's because I have a prototype. I like that. Maybe if I go to a different instrument. I'm going to lower that volume. I don't think I have any patches in here. Yeah, bear in mind that I am always, as with any Polyend thing, I'm always running a beta So I'm gonna just make a beat really fast. Oh, I'm running an alpha firmware of the next update. All right, give me a moment. Now I see it. I'm gonna update it really fast. On screen. They're gonna have me stop doing streams, I think. They're gonna have me stop doing anything. They're gonna stop giving me things. Do you have perk patches? That would be cool. Yeah, you could totally use Polyend to drive VCV rack. That would actually be kind of fun. Oh, you know what? I could actually switch to double Benn while I do this operation. Okay. I have 4 firmwares. It would be so cool to send a MIDI clock out of a stream. Actually, how hard would that be? I bet that's possible, right? To actually just plop a MIDI clock. Yeah, there's got to be some sort of app or something where that would be easy and free. Free is the thing. I don't want to, like, I know there's things like that where it costs money, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to charge people. Updating firmware. Hey, all right, let's try again and see if I have the right one this time. Instrument. If it says perk, that's probably not the right firmware, but. Make it a little bit more generative. Love the click. I feel like the click's louder on this than it is on the OG tracker, which is, even though the keys are supposedly quieter, but I don't know if that was intentional or not. Random. And then I wonder if it will give me a random low pass. Let's see what the chat's up to really fast. Yeah, well, you know what? Okay, I'll see if I could find them on Discord. Unfortunately, In my normal streaming setup, I'd be fine. Man, I'm so excited to find, like, once I finally get this studio set up, I'm just going to have a streaming area. It's literally going to be a streaming area where I just turn it on and I have monitors and I have everything, and I'll probably end up streaming more as a result because the setup's the pain in the ass. That's always like the big stress ball. Like, I can't just stream. It has to be a whole thing. Sandroid, do you have drums on your firmware? I'm trying to figure out what's in official firmware, just so I know that I am not pissing anybody off royally by... Nice. I heard there. Yeah, I've been in a chat. I've heard all about Superbooth from Jeremy. In fact, in this chat, me and another friend who aren't at Superbooth, I just keep posting like videos and pictures from my farm, being like, the Electron booth, I can't find it. But good time. This is the cheapest water bottle of this size. 48 ounces. Cheap. I like putting some vitamins in there and stuff to keep the electrolytes flowing. And I realize now that I look at it on a monitor that this could not look any more like a horse piss sample, you know? Just none like sitting around the tracker drinking a fucking gallon of horse piss. It's really what this appears to be. That's what appears to be happening on this stream right now. Farm life. All right. Yeah. Horse piss increases your testosterone. I can lift more weights when I drink horse piss. Oh, I don't want to edit the patch. Yeah, the synths are kind of like weirdly good, aren't they? for a tracker. I mean, yeah, I remember when I first heard about synths coming to the Play and the tracker, I was like, yeah, I was kind of imagining like Tenorion synths or something, just because I didn't really realize that you could make pretty good simulated analog. Like that wave is good. Yeah. Like, I mean, if that were like a plugin, I'd be like, whoa, that sounds analog. Let's let up a new one and just start making something. Also, maybe a little reverb here and there would be nice. A little edit the reverb. That's always my favorite thing to do. I'm gonna load it. Ooh, I wonder if I'll get copyright stricken if I load the radio. That's like one of my favorite things to do with this, because that's back, by the way. Sample recorder. We got radio.
Prices.
Ooh, that'll be good. Yeah, I got the Atlanta stations.
Do those two.
Really stick.
Some producer.
Of every with the new
Ooh.
equipment to first responders. Delusion. Tap the banner now to start your order. Everybody, let's get into it. Get stupid. Everybody.
Nah.
Let's get it started.
I want to get my shortwave radio.
10 to 3 on V103, the ATL's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks.
The Night Gang Street.
He's on. Yeah.
Nice.
He's on. He's on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's sort of I guess I'll just call it yeah. Yeah. All right. Actually, before we do that, I want to get it up. Maybe this? Is this good volume?
Yeah.
God, that like chain sound or whatever the hell that is. Let's normalize it. That's gonna be loud.
Yeah.
All right, beat slice. We don't really need that many, do we?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Ah, there's a second snare there, so I need one more slice there then. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, next. That's good. Put a filter envelope on each of these.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. All right. We got a song. I'm excited all of a sudden. All right, let me put. I need to put a little bit of low bitness on this, or. Jeez. All right. So I'm done. I'm gonna need a break beat for that. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat as much as I want. Oh yeah, Tracker Plus is definitely stereo. Number 2. Let's sample a breakbeat and cut that up. I don't know. Oh, there are some breakbeats in here. Well, let's preview them. Might have to go with that classic. Wish it was stereo. Okay. Maybe one more for good measure while we're here. I don't know what to expect here. Okay. Actually, here. Let's... And this way we could add a little ride somewhere. Do we have a ride? Please have a ride. It's so hard to find rides. Can never get a ride. 707 has a ride. All right. It's a ride, all right. That sounds like trash. Not into that. Like that. That's going to have to get some reverbs. All right. Yeah. Yeah, everything. I think it's just the new Teensy chips. Now everything can be stereo without too much overhead. Let's make a ride, and that way, or a hi-hat even. Here's a little trick from the Aphex book of music. Turn the sustain off, the release down. Well, actually, you keep the sustain on and just go. He likes doing the ride with an end. Well, although you'll need a gate to do that with a pattern, with a tracker. So. Let's see how. Gate length. Maybe 75. Maybe a little longer than that. And I'll do that, I guess. It's like working in Excel, but with buttons. Now for the monster. Try that one more time. Lots of undo steps, which is nice. Let's make sure I'm on. Come on, tell me. Okay. Try that. Hey, leave that one. Damn. That end is just a little too much for me. Let's try again. Am I crazy? Yeah, clearly. Yeah, vSnares does use I don't know what he uses these days, but he used to use Renoise and some other stuff. All right, I guess I'm happy with that. Get a breakbeat in there. Oh, I didn't cut this. That's funny. I'm silly. By the way, when these are red, that means that it's ending on a transient, and if it's green, that means if that's red, then you'll likely hear a click at the end of this sample, especially if you move it up a little more. If it's green, that means you likely won't. Has to be right on the tip of that transient though, because we're going to be doing crazy things with it, making it go real fast. Sorry, it's annoying, I'm sure. All right. Now we could actually slow it down if we want. We could do whatever we want. We don't have to retune it. I mean, I want to retune it, but we don't have to worry about its timing anymore. And we can also do another trick that I always like doing. Similar to what we did with that other sound, where we just put a little bit lower bit depth, maybe 12 bit depth, maybe 12. We go into envelope, cut off. Oh, I volume envelope is being silly. That's why. There we go. All right, we get. This is a snare. That's a snare. Okay. I already screwed it up. Let's damn. Let's load a synth. I wonder if we could like edit this just a little bit. That could work. So let me make sure my patterns are right. That one should be identical. Okay. Let's get an actual beat in now. Nope. Drum loops, eh? God. That could actually be great. Kind of like that first one. Yeah, sped up a little bit, cut up a little bit, just a little bit. Doesn't have to be all glitched out. Fuck, 8 could do this one, huh? Okay, maybe 12. I'm not finding many today. Oh, this one might be tougher than I thought it would be. We'll be okay. We'll have to be a little creative. All right, let's tune it now. So if we're to build a song, we would get, it's almost time for our raffle. Getting excited. All right, get ready. Nice. Man, I'm so tempted to get a shortwave radio, but I feel like it'll take me 3 minutes. And 3 minutes when you're streaming is a long time. Yeah, horse piss drink. I mean, I really want to say horse dick pee, but you know, let's be honest, that's not true. And then, yeah, and then raffle, horse dick raffle. So he's gonna win a horse dick. I'm 44. All right. Let me see if I have this on here, actually. This would be amazing. I almost don't want to show you the screen, so it's a surprise. I don't know if I have it, so this might be the dumbest surprise ever. No, I don't. Okay, good. All right, never mind. Mines would have been blown. I have like a track that's kind of recognizable that was made on this. Not from me, from a musician a little bit more famous than myself. Oh, we got patches from the Play Plus here. I mean, I guess I'll save it just because the radio sample was so good. Maybe that'll show up in somewhere again in my inspiration. Actually, I don't know why I left this menu. All right, projects. FM DB. That's just gonna make me think it's like a FM synth. Did I already save this? Yeah, okay. Oh, I created a new folder because I'm dumb. Let's try that again. It's always like by the time I get like totally comfortable with these things, like by the time I get used to it, then I'm, you know, trying out some new synth, some new thing. In this case, it's an arranger. It couldn't be more different than a tracker. An arranger and a tracker are like pure opposite. All right, I actually have to pee now, so be right back. I'm gonna go grab that thing, that shortwave radio, and I'm also gonna pee. And yeah, well, still got 30 minutes before the raffle. So if you're not part of the raffle, there's probably a link in the description. If there's not, well, that link to the description is to my Patreon. If you're not a Patreon member, then you can't be part of the raffle. But being a Patreon member is $1. It's literally the lowest amount that you could charge on Patreon. And that's just because if somebody wants to come into my Discord and troll, they're going to have to enter their credit card information, because then they get blocked and it just makes it way harder to come back. And it's worked wonderfully. We've only had a few trolls. I used to say we haven't had any. I don't think we've had any trolls. We've had some people who were not great, and now they're not part of the Discord anymore. By people, I'm only thinking of, there's only one person. I can only think of one person that we actually booted. But we're fine. That's how healthy the community is. I think it's the healthiest community I've been a part of on the internet in the last 20 years, I would say. Because I feel like the AOL chats were healthier, because people would just be like, hello, internet citizen, you know, but now things got way more toxic in the 2000s, and now here we are. If you want that AOL chat vibe, where everybody just asks each other how fast their modem is. All right, be right back. I'm back. All right. That was great. I knew that it would be missing some batteries. Or, well, the batteries that were in it were just very rotted. So we got new batteries in this otherwise pretty brand new. Did I not grab enough? Of course I didn't. I don't want to have to go again. All right. Actually, I bet I have some down here. Burb. Words cannot describe how badly I need an assistant. This could be a documentary. Just my days lately could literally be a documentary about poor time management. How bad it can get. It could be a cautionary tale. Here we go. All right, look what we got. Ugh, take this thing off. No, I guess it's stuck on forever. See? Isn't it beautiful? I guess I'll put it up here. I've barely used this thing, so bear with me. That's a slow screen, huh? I don't hear anything. I should hear something just with FM radio. Yeah, like the first day I used the Tracker's radio, I was always just like, oh man, I wish that this was a, I wish so much that this was a shortwave. Can we hear AM? Wonder why I'm not getting any sort of signal out of this guy. I'm getting a signal, I'm just not hearing it. Maybe I'll just try the headphone port and see if I get something from that. Wherever that is. Just grab a little modular cable here. Should do it. It's not like we want stereo mic. Maybe a line in would be better. Sample recorder. Okay. Whoa, all right. Maybe we do need a stereo one. Double check my cables. All right, one more big run here. Oh, there's one right. There's one right in the other room here. I know that. Oh wait, there might be one right here. Yay! I think. Jesus, this thing's long. I could go outside. All right. Try it one more time with that. Yeah, stereo. I'm gonna have to surf around a bit. Yeah, I do love that sound. I wonder how many of these are just data, right? Like how many? Ugh. Huh. Yeah. Oop. We'll find something. Yeah, I've sampled random number stations. Well, not random number stations, just number stations in general. But yeah, I've sampled them. I think on Arboreal, somewhere in that album, I have a number station sampled. I used to listen to them all the time and just freak out. Not freak out, but, you know, they're just so odd. So crazy. Need to lower the sensitivity. Ooh. Now it'll just scan. There we go. Station. Keep looking. I want to hit a number station. Yeah, there is a... Yeah, I know that one. I don't want to use like FM radio station or something though, because that could clearly be a copyright issue. Yeah, the knuckle popping. Well, I feel like I got them all, but yeah. Well, in the meantime. Also, this is like a terrible place to pick up reception, obviously, because, you know, I'm in a basement. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a generative sequence. Give it a 10% chance. Give it a random note. 16 tracks there are. I'm just answering the question on what the, not just randomly saying. There's 16 tracks. Lots of, might as well just not burn battery here. Plenty of, this thing kind of sucks. Well, it does down here. We'll give it its full test sometime tomorrow or something. It's just kind of a slow radio. It's expensive too. It's not a cheap one. Anyway, better buttons. It's generally, if you can tell, it's generally just quicker and snappier and in ways. But yeah, it has 3 synth engines, 1 drum engine. USB, meaning like you can actually, it's like fully class compliant, meaning like all of the channels, you can run them like in Ableton or something like that. You can just use this in unison with your DAW, which is really cool. I forgot how to set a scale. I swear you used to be able to, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing, I don't know. Pad scale. I know that that's a thing. Huh. Oh, yeah, it is scaling it. Okay. Okay, let's make some poly here. I know it is time for the raffle, and I'm about to go do it. So, sign up now if you've not done it. Sign up to that raffle. One of these puppies could be yours. Get a little fugue going here. Yeah, it's bittersweet seeing all the I've seen a lot of comments kind of complaining that there wasn't a trade-in program, and I mean, you got to understand, Polyend got fucking ripped apart, you know, just with the last one. Like, people were brutal, man. Like, people, like, even, I'm not even Polyend, and people are giving me fucking death threats over it. It's absolutely crazy. And really what happened is they just got a resounding fuck off, we don't like it. And so can you blame them for not doing it again? I thought it was a brilliant thing. I felt bad when the Play Plus trade-in thing came out. I felt bad because I was so excited about it. Like, I was encouraging them to do it, and then it blew up in everybody's face, and I was like, geez, I'm sorry. Like, not that it wasn't my idea, but I was definitely, when it was, you know, tossed around, and I heard about it, I was like, oh God, you have to do that. It's amazing. It'll change the whole, you know, maybe the whole industry will just start being more economical and more, I guess, for lack of a better term, like environmentally sound. Like, you won't be a bunch of pieces of plastic that you're constantly throwing in the whole, you know, in the dumpster every single time that you change something. But whatever. It is what it is. That's why I don't do reviews anymore. I ain't going to be stressed out about that. If I do, it's going to be my company, you know. Let's just do some 4/4. If anybody knows how step jump works. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna limit the hell out of this. Okay, I'm gonna go find the winner. Be right back. I did a remix for Bogdan in 2001. It's on a Reflex release. All right, be right back. Let's go find that winner. time. I ran the script. Here we go. So the script is just a random cell. Right now, first of all, we got to do the important thing. You come across a large snake that you are sure is not harmful to humans in any way. What do you do? A very small percentage that doesn't even have a percentage left in the pie chart said that they would pick it up. 11.6% said that they would interact with it. 11.4% said that they would avoid it. 75.7% said that they would just leave it alone. Fascinating things. Now, I feel like I shouldn't admit to this, but I would pick it up. I pick animal, yeah. If I saw a snake that I knew wasn't harmful to humans, if I did this yesterday, like I do this all the time. Like if I see a snake that's not harmful to humans, I'm like, yo, let's go grab it. If it's running away from me and if it's trying to hide, that's one thing. But if it's just like sunning and it's like, whatever, I don't care, then yeah, I'll pick it up. Let it wrap itself around me a little bit. So when I die, that'll probably be how. All right, ready for the winner? Let's do this. I want to make sure. Okay, I'm not going to say this person's email address, but the person's name is probably something like J. Remington. Is there a J. Remington in the stream? You don't have to be in the stream to win. You will get an email from Polyend. Probably not in the next 24 hours because Super Booth is happening and, they're not really awake right now, and also they're at the biggest synth conference in the world, so. Wait, is a person here? Wait. I didn't know. I did not know Jay's last name. Wow. That's, you know what? You know what's funny? Otherwise, if I didn't just see the blind email address, I would have, like, if I knew, I would have been like, oh God, I would have actually dreaded it a bit because Jay is our Discord admin. Like one of the most, like it couldn't go to a more deserving person, but also, yeah, I'm like, wow, that's, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read, I have a second up, and that person, if they don't already have a Polyend Tracker, I'm going to send them my tracker before this one. Deal? Next up is these are rough. Okay. OTTSCH. OTTSCH is the next winner. Is that person here? Well, that person will get an email. So I'm just going to circle that so I remember, because I just took a screen grab of the output. Or not a screen grab, a photograph of the output. All right. And what else? I'll tell you one thing. I like want to raffle more things, but then I'm scared that if I ship them from here, I'm going to lose track of it all because I'm packing and moving. But I would like to put some things aside for a big raffle for my move. I think that would actually be pretty cool. Things like this, you know? Like, I love this. It's great. Am I ever going to turn it on again, realistically? No, probably not. I love it, though. It's amazing. It just does not fit into my workflow due to its tabletop size. It's something I would only use in a video if I wanted to trigger a monosynth. A lot of the things I have around here do that, unfortunately, because, you know, not everything that I had gotten sent as a YouTuber fit into my workflow as a musician. By the way, that I'm gonna try and get rid of my double face here. Let me read that chat. How it's kind of funny. I have a challenge from a company that makes really affordable monitors. Like, really affordable monitors. Like, absurdly affordable. God, like, I'm trying to think of a number, but it's hard. But generally, like, you could get professional monitors in your studio for under $1,000 from this company. Like, professional grade, really, really good. Like, the cabinet is hand designed. Like, everything's very, very professional. They have challenged me to, instead of doing what I was going to do in my new studio, to get a 7.4.1 Atmos rig with all their monitors being part of it, with the overheads. The only catch is that I have to install it myself and calibrate it myself. With their help, I could get there. And I'm designing the studio in a way where it actually will support surround sound acoustically. So it'll work universally. It won't just be one sound source and the rest is just dealing with that one sound source in one corner of the room. I'm pretty stoked, but it's also going to be such an awkward conversation if it doesn't work, or if it doesn't wow me, or if it's a big pain in the butt. But yeah. Oh yeah, Alexander. I mean, you can get, when I say affordable professional monitors, there's a lot of monitors that are not professional. Professional doesn't mean good, and vice versa. Professional means that they're very good for reference, right? Like, they're good reference speakers. That's all that means. Yeah, like, you don't really need professional grade monitors unless you're mastering music. And I would even say if you're mastering other people's music, or if you're engineering, or if you're making something for television or film or something like that actively, that's when you need professional grade monitors. A musician does not need professional grade monitors. You should have enough of, if you're just making your own music and mastering it when you want to release it, you do better mixing it and then bringing it to your car, bringing it to a friend's car, bringing it to a stereo system through your headphones. If it sounds good in all of those places, you're set. You don't need another thing. Just know this. I feel like a lot of musicians think that they need, like, reference grade monitors and they need to tune their room perfectly to make music, and that's fucking nonsense. You'd serve yourself so much more buying new music to make or new gear to make music with, not to master. I have a dog that has a collapsed trachea, not as an injury. She was born with it, so there's coughing after every water drink, isn't there? Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. Oh, look at that. Well, more than anything, for this, I'd like to thank Polyend for, yeah, I just said, hey, I'm going to do a stream with the new tracker because I didn't do a video because I didn't want to get them canceled for showing my face. But no, just I didn't do a video. And I was like, I want to do a stream. And they're like, well, how about we give one away? I was like, okay, it's amazing. You guys are great. So, yeah, thanks to Polyend. Sorry, reading all these comments are far away. They're the laptop's over there in this room. Yeah, in this next video, right? There will be a lot of advice. That's really what I'm doing. And I guess just to like give you an idea of what it is, I'm working with with a massive construction company that has more than dozens of employees. I would say they have over 100 employees. So they have on-staff electricians. They do churches, synagogues, mosques, stadiums, Krogers, venues. They do everything. And I hired them to help me build this studio, to turn a barn into a studio, a giant barn into a studio. And yeah, I mean, it's a huge project. It's very expensive, obviously. It's more expensive than I'm happy with. However, they found out how many subs I have. And I asked a question the other day in the YouTube community thing saying, hey, is there anything you want to know about this build? And it has hundreds of responses. And they saw that. And then they're like, we're going to go hardcore on this, because if we don't, we want to make sure that this is as, good for your viewers as possible, because it's free promotion for us. And I was like, hey, if you do a better job for me, and if you if you're going to throw in things in that collaboration, then 100%, let's do it. And so basically, there's going to be release forms to all these people, and I'm going to be talking to an electrician about where noise comes from and how to clean power. I'm going to be running things by multiple people for each and everything. And one of the things that I'm really excited about, the big thing that I'm going to try to do, I already have treatment in this studio here. I'm going to bring that over to the new one. Normally, I would have to set aside especially with Atmos, I would have to set aside about 12 grand for treatment, for sealing, baffles, for all that stuff. It's expensive, really expensive. Even if you order it from the cheapest people making it, it's really expensive. However, I think that it's nonsense. And I think that what no channel has really done, or what no, I guess, anything has really done that's educational in that way, they haven't calculated. They haven't just run Sabine's equation or find out the RT60 or even RT40 of these rooms. And you'll find out what these things mean if you don't know what they mean, of these rooms. And they haven't found where the shelves are in the room, which means the areas where the sound pockets. They don't run those simulations. There's software that runs these simulations. And so I've been running these simulations. And by doing that, when you have it all figured out first and you plan it, if everything is very precise, I'm going to be spending about $500 to $600 for all of the ceiling. We're going to be making them out of 2x4s and rock wool and canvas. And we just have to hang them perfectly. And I bet that it'll sound better than, studios that spend six figures on diffusion and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that challenge. That's my big thing that I have my heart set in for this. Also for silent power, I'm going to have isolated circuits, all that stuff. And I'm going to try my best. Who knows if they'll say yes, but I'm going to try my best to get Mr. Bill and Richard Devine and people who know sound really well to just do a blind test and sit in there when it's all done and, tell me how I did. So that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. The thing is, with Dolby Atmos, the reason I'm excited and the reason I'm giving another try is because this company makes really affordable stuff. Like ideally, I don't think I will do this if the entire setup, and this is a big setup, this will be a Dolby gilded setup, like Dolby. It will be a actual Dolby Atmos mastering studio, and it will cost less than $5,000 for the amp, the encoder. That's the goal. If I get it near there and a little bit over, that's fine. But you have to understand that, like, if you just go to Sweetwater or if you just go to like one of these retailers and order all the Dolby stuff that you need for a studio, you're looking at $50K. Like, it's crazy. So the whole idea is, like, can you do this for cheap, and can it sound the way that you're promised it'll sound? Maybe. Anyway. Well, it's not even, the funny thing is it's not so much a sponsorship as it is a challenge, because they're telling me that this is possible, and I'm saying we'll see, right? And so it's a big challenge, and I'm not lending them anything. This is my bread here. This is my lifeblood. Like, if I tell you something as my viewer and it's not true, if I recommend you get this for Dolby Atmos, or if I recommend you get this for the best sound, or you do this or that, because somebody paid me to do it, and if it's not true, I just fucked up my relationship with you, and you're not going to watch my content anymore. You're not going to trust what I say. You're not going to, you might not be a Patreon member anymore. You'll be more inclined to leave. And that's what's keeping this going. That's why I'm building this whole thing to begin with, is because I want to scale and I want to grow. And so it's really important that everything is kept above board. Speaking of things that are kept above board, I promise this is the end of my speech here, and I'm going to go. But speaking of things that were kept above board, this is just really awesome news, and I feel like I should just explain it in a stream, because I tweeted it and some people don't know what it means. This happened. This has been almost 6 months in the making, but voice swap, we can now officially say that we formally have we can be the music that comes through us, or the vocal inferences or data sets that we have through voice swap can now be certified through BMAT. And BMAT certifies, BMAT, they run billions of queries a day. All the music you listen to goes through BMAT to count the plays, to make sure it's legitimate, to make sure that it's not ripping off something else that is registered or certified by BMAT. Like, if you just decided to sample, to just, put your own recording of a Beatles song on Spotify, BMAT would be the one to catch that and say, yo, that's not legit. The royalties aren't going to the right person. So, point being, voice swap, my company, we are the first and only AI company to have BMAT certification. And like I said, BMAT certification is like the gold standard in the music industry. The major labels use it. Hollywood uses it. Everybody uses it. That is so huge and awesome, and I'm so happy about it. And I don't know. I guess I'm just saying that it's great and it's good news. The reason I'm telling the world about it is because it's good news. It means that, like, there now is an industry standard to pay musicians for their work being in AI data sets, with their consent, of course, because they're signing up for it and they're getting paid for it. And yeah, it's great. I'm elated that this has finally gotten across the line, because it really does mean that we're making a difference. Good. I've been with the company for less. I mean, I think the company is only a little bit over a year old. Like, in 1 year, we kind of made AI a certifiable form of intellectual property for musicians, rather than something that just steals from them. So that's great. Analog Weapon. You can't just upload your Beatles songs. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. Sorry to everybody who lost. That's one thing I hate about contests, is you have one winner and a bunch of people who didn't win. But yeah, I will continue probably doing more giveaways once this studio move is over. And I still have a video. I'm doing a video right now about Aphex Twin, and I still have one more before the move, and so I don't know. There might be like a week lull or a 2 week lull when I'm actually moved, but I feel like the content will flow after that because it'll be so much easier to make it, or so much easier to do all the the workflow will be in a professional setting. So that's good news. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I'm excited to get off this chair now. It's just a stool and it's not the most comfortable one. Thanks for watching. Take care, and see you in I don't know, in a week, something like that. Okay. See you soon. Oh, which window is OBS? There we go.